What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you, well, with another market watch today. Now, for anyone who doesn't watch this channel, or maybe it's relatively new to this channel, you don't know this, but for the past couple of months, we've been talking about how good strikers are against Despia. Me personally, I'm a Despia player. It's probably one of my favorite decks in the game. But as every good player knows, you have to understand what deck is your weakness. Whether it's tier 1, 1.5, tier 2, you want to know what's your weakness, and obviously you want to know how to counter that. Look at this past YCS, strikers kind of had all the answers. They main D-Barrier, they main Mystic Mine, which is a massive issue. And pair that against the fact that they want to play mid-range as much Despia does, it's a bad recipe for disaster against any Despia player. Now, looking at strikers right here, the prices are slowly starting to increase. We're seeing cards like Zeke rise up in value. Prismatic Shizuku's used to be like 8s, now they're like 12s. The price of these cards are starting to rise for strikers, and of course it is. One of the best cards against strikers is Lightning Storm, but not many Yu-Gi-Oh players actually play this card, and that's a huge issue. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously, if you're going first, Lightning Storm is decent, but if you're going second, it's a big deal. Yes, if you're going second, your opponent has a set D-Barrier, you're going to probably proc it. But think of it this way. Let's say you're playing Sword Souls, and you hit Lightning Storm, hit a back row. Your opponent has D-Barrier. What are they going to core? Do they know you're playing Sword Souls? No. Do they know you're playing Branded? No. So, what are they calling? What if you're playing Drytrons? They have zero idea. They're probably going to core, well, let's be honest with you, they're going to core a Fusion or Synchro, and you're playing Rituals. You see what I'm saying here? Lightning Storm is a phenomenal card that catches a lot of players off guard, and players that do main D-Barrier would definitely be caught off guard by players maining Lightning Storm. That's how you counteract the current meta. I think this is a phenomenal card. I wouldn't be surprised if players start playing this card moving forward in the future. It's great against Sky Strikers. Ask any striker player. If they're being honest, they don't want to see this card. Obviously, evenly matches hurt even more, but I do think Lightning Storm is a better card to play right now. Even though I like evenly match a lot, I think Lightning Storm is the card you want to play, because if you can kill them in that turn, does it really matter if they can set up the next turn? Of course not. You're playing Sword Souls. You're playing the Punk variant. You're playing Branded. You can definitely kill in one turn. And with Lightning Storm, that kind of sets you up to do it. Blizzard is another card a lot of players were using. I think we actually saw one player use. And the idea behind Blizzard, by the way, has two printings. The price has been spiking, as you can see over here on the chart. It used to be worth like less than $1. Another price of this card's roughly around 2 in chains, 3 with shipping. The card says, target one features a spell your opponent controls. This turn, to get the activated effects of that spell and all spells on the field with that same original name. So basically, you just do hit this and you say Mystic Mine, which is not bad. The problem is, if you play this against a deck like, let's say, Strikers, and you hit their Mystic Mine, you negate it for the turn, all they need to do is throw up D-Barrier, and you're kind of in the same position. This is why Blizzards are not bad of a card, but it's not that good either. It's good against some matchups, but not every matchups. Where Lightning Storm is a better card overall, in my opinion. Once again, you can say evenly matched. I say Lightning Storm. They're both phenomenal cards. Blizzard's decent, but I mean, sure, it's not gonna only if your opponent only has Mine on board. It's a decent card for, and then you still have to worry about what else to have set face down. Looking over at Dimensional Force, where obviously the prices are starting to move. Theron King Regulus used to be 80s. This price is now roughly around 68. Lily used to be 30, it's 24. Abolenitus is $17. This card is gonna be hitting $5 or $6. In fact, look at the Starlight Reversion, it's $144. Look at the market price. The market price right there says $190. Beyond the Pendulum, by the way, is roughly around 13 bucks, and that's a huge drop from where it previously was. A lot of these cards are going down, but let's talk about something that's not. Psychic End Punisher actually was a cheap card that increased in value. In fact, you can see it over here. It went as low as $8 at one point for the secret rare coming out of this set. Current price on this card has it being roughly almost near $20. It's a good card. It's a good tech choice. I don't hate the card, but I'm not in love with it personally. But I understand that it is a decent card. Look at the rest of the cards at Dimension Force. Obviously, they're going down in value. Dimension Force is going to continue to go down in value, despite the fact that we just had a YCS. Why? Let's go back to the video we did the other day. Monday, Tuesday, a little bit on Wednesday, prices go up because people buy because they just came from regionals, locals, YCS, and we'll watch YCS videos. And then Wednesday, near the end of it, Thursday, Friday, prices go down. And we're starting to see the beginning of prices starting to go down. Then we have Beyond the Pendulum. Like I said, I think this is a phenomenal card, but it's just not good yet. Pendulum's not a bad deck. The problem is, D-Barrier not only hits, well, let's see, Despias, Sword Souls, but we're going to take Pendulums and throw them on there. You know, you play Drytrons? Cool. Throw you on there. D-Barrier is a really good card right now, and because Despias is one of the dominant decks, and even Sword Souls, D-Barrier is a phenomenal card to use. It's a turn skip card against those decks. We also have, looking at Grand Creators. Now, obviously, Adventures is the deck that's starting to come back. In fact, Adventures is the reason why D-Barrier kind of went away, not D-Barrier, Mystic Mind kind of went away for a while, in case anyone forgot. Those playing Mystic Mind this past weekend were hoping nobody ran Adventures. I would even argue Despias might actually bring Adventures back in, because that's a nice way to stop, wait for it, Mystic Mind. And if you can stop Mystic Mind Adventures, you're in a really good spot. If your opponent debuffs you, you can still lock him with an Omni-Negate with Adventures. So Adventures still have some play here. They're still good. In fact, I would argue Adventures is the reason why D-Barrier might start slowly falling off by itself. Don't discount Adventures. And yes, there's different variations of Adventures in almost every deck in the game, but I do think in order to stop D-Barrier and Mystic Mind, Adventures might start coming into the game again. Hey, you can't D-Barrier by Adventures, and Mystic Mind, cool, I could just bounce it and hit you for what, 4,000 with 2 cards? Not bad. And I do think that's something that we might start seeing happen. Even though I don't like D-Barrier, I don't like Mystic Mind, I think Adventures is one of the best ways to stop them. And it's going to be forced Adventures back into a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks because these cards exist and they are seeing play. Evotus is really good, and obviously people are going to start buying them again. The price is starting to cool down. If you consider Kiss a Kill and Leela $85 being cool, these cards were a lot cheaper, but obviously going up in value because they're kind of using splites. Yes and no. And then we got, well, Ghost in the Past. This is a really weird set. Look at Ghost in the Past. I mean, you got the expensive Ultra being $10, and then Needle Fibers 3. Realistically, Ghost in the Past does have value. I'm going to be the first to say that. The thing is, what is the cards to buy? Well, Galaxy Soldier had reprints, and its price went back up after these were not in shelves. You see, the problem with Ghost in the Past is people are still able to buy at the local OTS store, Walmart, and Target. So what happens when they do that? Simple. They buy, they open, they throw these cards on the market. And that's why the price of these cards is so low right now. I'm telling you right now, a lot of prices of these cards are not going to be low for any time soon. But wait for it. Cyber Dragon Ghost Rare, it's a beautiful, beautiful card. You get your playset right here. Would you want to get it now? Of course not. Once again, the prices are going to continue going down on all these cards. Eventually, when Ghost in the Past Second Whole thing is off the shelves, that's when you need to go in and grab it. That is the perfect time to grab cards like Galaxy Soldier. Maybe you need a 5 you don't have one. Definitely Deco Talk or Heat Soul. Even Visionary of Forest and that other Visionary monster whose name I always forget. Increase. Remembered it. Even those cards. Number 38. Like, there's a lot of great value in Ghost in the Past. But not yet. The prices are still going down. And you're probably saying, V, it's $1 for Necro or Banshee. Yeah, it's going to get a lot cheaper, by the way. This is still available in a lot of places. You know, someone asked me, I did a live stream last night, someone asked me, why don't I play Predator Plant Branded? It's a great deck. I like it a lot. I think it's a really cool version of Branded. But it's not the best version of Branded. I think a lot of players that played this deck over this past weekend had a massive advantage, and that advantage was knowledge. If I know my deck really well, and I know your deck really well, I'm prepared to win this match very favored. If you don't know my deck, and you know your deck, well, enjoy reading as I enjoy doing my combos. Enjoy playing cards and having you stop the wrong card at the wrong time. That's basically what happened here. And I feel like even though Predator Plant version of Branded is really strong and really aggressive, I still think the Pure is still better for those who have knowledge on both sides of the game state, if both players do have that knowledge. Listen, plants are getting good as well. Some Avalons are starting to come back, and that's only because Maxi doesn't exist in our game. So we got new things like Sun Avalon /plants.deck. And I might be streaming this deck on live stream, so keep an eye out for it. It's a really strong deck, and I think a lot of players are really going to be shocked at how good this deck is. It's very good, very consistent, and because Maxi doesn't exist in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, this could thrive, and it will, trust me. By the way, seriously, you'll hear about this again from other players, including myself. Dino Morpheus is a really good deck that, for the most part, didn't really do anything. Why is that? Well, Dino Morpheus isn't really played by a lot of players, number one. Number two, Dino Morpheus is considered a rogue deck at best. But number three, and this is most important, in Dimension Force, we got Dino Morpheus Frenzy and Wrexham. Both cards are dirt cheap. Dino Morpheus Theresia, by the way, is another card that used to be roughly around $30 on hype. calm down. The price point is roughly around $9. Listen, Dino Morpheus are really good, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players that don't want to play the current meta, but still want to compete in their average locals or wherever, really might want to consider Dino Morpheus. It's a really cheap deck, it's really easy to learn, and to be honest with you, it's really good. Like, crazy good. Like, turn 2, you better answer my board or the game's over good. Seriously. Keep out for Dino Morpheus. I might be playing this on stream as well. I really like this deck a lot. The prices are going cheaper, and when they get cheaper, we're going to play it, and then they go higher. Not because of us, because other Yu-Gi-Oh players will slowly start seeing the value that this deck can bring. Once again, it will catch people looking every single time, but they don't know what it does. Divine Herald should not be worth this much money. This past YCS, third place was Drytrons. And Drytrons only ran one Divine Herald. In fact, look at the price of Divine Herald. It went from $70 where it is in the market price, and where is it right now? Well, from verified resellers, it's still roughly around $70. $70 for a one-of in Drytrons. You might go, V, wait a minute. We use this in Herald.deck, the new Herald deck. No, not so necessarily. Some builds cut Diviner completely and are still doing really good. I'm not saying Diviner Herald's a bad card. No, 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 no. What I am saying, it's an overpriced card. Yes, 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 yes. This card is due for reprint. Anyone holding a playset is holding a playset of cards, so roughly around $70. You're might want to unload. And if you want to keep Drytrons, no big deal. I would still recommend playing one. Drytrons is a really good deck. You know why? Because of this card. Vanity's Ruler makes Drytrons so insanely good. Vanity's Ruler against certain decks is more broken than Mystic Mine. Think about it. Playing against Despia, Vanity's Ruler. What's their answer? They could only answer you with Droplet, and then they lose. Dino Morpheus, you just go Vanity's Ruler. You better have those flips better be real, because my card on board is definitely real. I'm not saying they don't have outs. I'm not saying any deck doesn't have outs. But in your deck right now, can it easily out Vanity's Ruler? Majority of decks? Well, I'll just have to hopefully draw one of these infinite permanents, unsearchable cards that can maybe stop this one card. And that's the point I'm trying to prove. Drytrons can consistently do this, consistently bring this out, and consistently make this kind of board stay. It's a really broken card, and there's much more behind it. I might build this deck that was recently done, topping the YCS, just to show how good it is and how easy it is to play. I like amazements. There's nothing about normally I do video. I talk about like a deck corner. I go, hey, maybe we should buy this. Maybe we shouldn't buy this. Yeah, I don't think it's worth you buying amazements, but I like amazements and I might buy them. It's relatively cheap. Administrator Arcolino is roughly around $4. This ultra rare over here, Kamika, she's 31 cents. Like I just like amazements. I like the way they look. I like the artwork. I like the deck core. I wish we made a play mat, but everyone hated it except someone like me that just likes amazement. I really like this a lot, and I don't know why. I just like the colors. I like the way artwork. I like the way it looks. It's fun. Maybe one day it'll be good against support. Probably not, though. Nevertheless, I like this. I just want you to know that. Okay. Ice Dragon Prism is a card everyone needs to start picking up because the value is slowly increasing. When I bought my playset of Prismatic Ice Dragon Prisons, it was $6 a copy. Now they're hitting their $8 a copy for the same exact card. Why? The card's not seeing any role play, is it? No, not necessarily. But the card is still a really good card. Everyone knows the slower the format, the more controlling the deck can be, the better cards like Ice Dragon Prison is in that deck. And it is a phenomenal card that a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players eventually forget about and they realize they need. If they need it, the price increases. And the price is slowly increasing because of it. Mermails is one of the best decks in the game for a meta in which Yu-Gi-Oh players have no idea what's the best deck in the game. That's where this deck shines. I bought and sold Mermails 3 times. In fact, I own my 4th copy of the deck in my drawer right now. I'll never sell it. Ever. What I'm trying to say is Mermails are just really good and really hard to get. But the cool thing about Mermails is one of those decks almost like Strikers where they're just always good, but not always good throughout the entire meta, but at right times within the meta. And I think Mermails, Atlantean Dragoons, whatever you want to call them, they're really good post-banless. As Yu-Gi-Oh players are figuring out what they're playing, Mermail players just can walk in and smack everybody and get a free regional invite. It's been done many, many, many times in the past, and more likely will continue to be done because Mermail players have a set amount of plays they can do depending on the play style they want to play the deck, whether it's hand control, whether it's board presence, whether it's going second build. Mermails are insanely dangerous, and they're only really good when you're still working on the kinks in your deck. This deck will light you up very fast. Looking at Atlantean Dragoons out of Astro Pack 2, the current price point of this card, by the way, is roughly around $115. After that one sells, there's one over here for $120. Then we're seeing it hit roughly around $125 for Atlantean Dragoon. It's a 3-of in Mermails. I need your help. So there's a virus going around. Not the one you think. Not the one you think. Hopefully this video doesn't get demonetized. It's not the one you think YouTube or anyone watching. It's a sickness of the mind. Play Yu-Gi-Oh! Long enough, you will get this sickness. It's a really bad disease. It's called wanting to build heroes. It's going to happen to everybody. Some get it sooner than others. Some, like myself, has been playing this game for, Jesus, next year's going to be 20 years. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The bug got me again. I had it years ago, maybe a decade ago. I built Miracle Heroes. It was a fun deck when it was meta. It was great, good times. But it's back. And here's my new problem. By the way, I don't want help. I don't need help. No interventions, no medicine. The medicine is resolving building this deck. And then putting it in a deck box, putting it in a drawer, only to bring out every now and then to play because it's fun. I think. I've been told, allegedly. Which is the best version of Stratos? Is it the Starlight Rare, which technically is the most expensive version of Elemental Hero Stratos, and technically the highest rarity, or Elemental Hero Stratos at OTS 1 Pack 9 Ultimate Rare, which just looks amazing. Now, I'm going to probably get both of these playsets, but I really need your help to let me know which one do you like better, Starlight or Ulti. My mind's made out. I'm going to be playing Ulti, and I'm going to have Starlight my binder. So the minute some kid goes, I like the Starlight, I whip it out and go, here, shut up. And I slap my binder real quickly, and he goes, oh, and he tries to smell it, but he can't because he's not dedicated to the cause. Anyway, that's my hero dream. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this comment down below. Which one do you like, Ulti or Starlight? Comment down below. Listen. Mermails might actually be really good. See, in the OGG, they're really good, because since Maxi exists, they're not that good. They have a limit, and that limit is Maxi. Here in CCG, there's no Maxi. Doesn't exist. Banned. Yay. So Mermails can do basically their entire combo relatively easy. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, random guy. And whatever, Marker Watch. Hi. Welcome to the channel. Go away. Okay. So, Mermails can easily just go ahead and create their board. The important for the most part has to watch it. Oh, they'll nib you? Yeah, that's fine. This definitely, with the new support, can definitely do a lot of crazy things. And I don't know if the new support is going to be coming out on that Mako Tsunami water set that's due, I believe, next month. Well, technically this month, actually. I'm filming this video. But we do know when it does come out, this deck is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Seriously. I'm going to say it. I might be the first to say it. But Marincess is seriously insane. I'm throwing it out there before everyone jumps on the Marincess train. Now, with that said, you can buy a cheaper version of cards like Marincess Blue Tang, 50 cents. Or the Secret Rare, $8. Starlight Seahorse, which is already increasing, it's $240. Or Seahorse, which is $2. You can buy whatever you want. There's a lot of value, different rarities, different pricing. The most expensive Ultra Marincess card is $3. So it's not too crazy right now, but it can be too crazy. I'm just throwing it out there. Keep an eye on this deck, because it's just something that you're going to be seeing in the future. Oh, if the new war support comes out for Marincess. Alright. So, there's this. So, let's go ahead and play Jeopardy. What's the most expensive deck in the game? Well, depending on how you look at it, max rarity, we're going to go with Sword Souls. Tier 1 deck, of course. Okay, cool. What's the most cheapest deck that can fight the most expensive deck in the game for 400? I'll take What Is Ignister's? A deck that literally costs 20 bucks at most, Alex? Ding, 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 ding. This deck is dirt cheap. In fact, if you go first against decks like Branded, you can make a 5,000 cyber arrival at Ignister, look at your opponent and go, you're dead. Or, if you have the deck fully built, as we saw recently, once again, my buddy, we went first place at a regionals in Minnesota, I believe was the name of the state. Always make the mistake, whatever state. Also, the same exact deck went top 32 with the previous YCS was Ignister's. Why? Because they put a board up that your opponent just can't answer for. The deck also mains Lightning Storm. So if it ideally wants to go second, and if it ideally wants to go second with Lightning Storm, it's going to be a big deal for a lot of players playing this game. Most importantly, those that are trying to also go second, like Strikers, or decks like Branded, that create a board that this deck can easily play through and create an arrival at Cyber's Ignister. Once again, a little fun fact for anyone who doesn't know the rulings. This card over here, if I have Nibiru in my hand, and if I was 5,000, and you're building your board working up to make a 5,000 attack monster, and I Nibiru, this stays. This guy right here, hold on, that guy. He literally has the most goofiest effect in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, the effect that says, unaffected by other card effects. This card literally is the definition of give no fucks the card. And you can easily do it in Ignisters. By the way, you can go Axial Talker with double attack to end your opponents in as well. And you play 2 Axial Talker, so the deck can be kind of expensive. But the core of the deck is relatively cheap, and a lot of players can buy this deck and start playing it for a very cheap, dirt amount of money, and still get great results at their locals. Especially since not a lot of players know how to play against this deck at all. So, I know you're probably waiting right now, you're saying, V, one of these field centers and tokens are going to be available. The field center tokens are being worked on nonstop by my partner. He is working day and night to create this order to bring it over here so I can be able to do a pre-sale. The pre-sale can happen today. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen next week. YGOPaisano.myshopify.com is my website. It's currently down right now as I wait, so I don't give no unfair advantage to anybody. If you want to know when the pre-sale will be available, and it's going to happen quick, by the way, there's a chance these can all sell out during the pre-sale. I'm not going to lie to you. But if you want to know when the pre-sale is going to be available, you're going to want to make sure to be available on the Discord, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all over, and all the links are down below. I'm throwing it out there right now. I have multiple ways I'm going to be contacting everybody, but I'm going to be doing it in a certain order. I've already went over the order in previous videos, but basically, if you want to get involved and you want to get your field center, you want to get your token before anyone else gets it, there's not a lot, but there's a lot of the variety, I guess. There's a lot of, like, different options you can choose, but there's not a lot, like, I don't have, like, 40 or 50 of everything yet. It's still being worked on. My partner's actually working on that as we speak right now. And there's new product being added onto the website constantly once it's ready for it to show to everybody. I know everybody wants to buy these field center tokens. I get people DMing me every single day, multiple times throughout the day. I get it. And I really want to give it to everybody so everyone can have the opportunity to buy it. I want to make it as fair as possible. Once again, priority goes to Discord. After Discord, I go right on Twitch. Then while I'm on Twitch showing off the field centers or talking about the field centers, getting everybody ready to buy the pre-sale, I'm going to mention it on Twitter and Instagram. And then once I open the website up, I'm going to have a video already uploaded, and I'm just going to hit public on YouTube, and you'll have the opportunity to go in and buy the pre-sale. Right now, Shopify is being a little bit weird. It's waiting for me to verify information. I verified some stuff, and now I'm waiting to hear back from Shopify. So the only way you might be able to buy these field center tokens will be from Cash App. I'm trying to see if I can get Shopify to like get back to normal. If it doesn't, then once again, you can buy through Cash App. There's a way to do it on the Shopify website as well, to buy from Cash App if you are looking to do that. Any order bought on Cash App must be redeemed within an hour. I'm giving you an hour at most to redeem it, or your order will be canceled. And of course, since you didn't send the money, it will be canceled, and obviously the product will be made available for someone else to buy. So an hour is the most I will give on Cash App. If I get this resolved hopefully by today from Shopify, I'm waiting to see if they need anything else from me. Literally blood samples, like whatever you need. Whatever, I'm trying to give it out there just so I can have the Shopify website working like it was working before, which is going to be inevitably. It's just I want it to be done soon, so when a pre-sale is available, once again, it can be any time. I want to make sure everybody has the equal opportunity to buy whatever they want to buy here on Shopify. I know I'm still working on a website name, so that's still being worked on. There's a ton more products about to be uploaded to the website. There's another order that's going to be happening. This is why we're doing a pre-sale, because I want to turn around and get the next order out there once I know I have shipping. So there's a lot of things happening with this website, and there's a lot of new things being added on this website. A lot of cool things being done behind the scenes for you guys to have the opportunity to get these unique field centers. There's none like this at all. Nobody has a ghost field center. Nobody has collectorist field centers. Nobody has tokens like these tokens. These just don't exist anywhere except here, and it's being done by a partner in another country working round the clock to get these over to here as fast as possible, so you have the opportunity to get these, because once again, you're probably gonna be the only person in your locals or wherever you go that's gonna have these, and everyone's gonna ask, where did you get them? And know what you tell them? Go check out YGOPaisano, subscribe to their channel. Maybe you'll learn then. I don't know. Do that. That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. Hey, listen. Thank you so much, everybody. Hit that subscribe button. Once again, I got a ton of links down below. I'd greatly appreciate checking them all out. It's your boy V, your Paisanos. Your Paisanos have a great day. Oh, you know what? Let me know what deck you're playing, Paisanos. Right now. What are you playing right now with all the new things happening within the meta? Comment down below. It's your boy V, and your Paisanos have a great day.